everybody, DishNet34 here, welcoming you to my new Let's Play. This game is an interesting game because it's based on one of the most, I want to say polarizing cartoons in existence today, My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. This game is a fan-made game, as it says so in the legality stuff at the beginning there. This is My Little Investigations. This game has been 3 years in the making, and it's based on My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, which I am a fan of. Not quite. I'm a little bit of a brony and stuff, but I'm not really full on. I mean, this game is good. But either way, this game is good. It's based off. It plays like an Ace Attorney style game of like investigations and stuff like that. And I'm sorry, I've never played an Ace Attorney game in my life. I'm probably a bad person because of that. So I've played through the first official case in this series, and it was pretty good, if I do say so myself. And I'd like to share that first case with you today, so let's start it up. This is True Blue Scootaloo, the first official case in the game's history. When Scootaloo gets accidentally accused of a big gem heist, it's up to newly minted detective Twilight Sparkle to get to the bottom of the case. And also throughout, if you're not familiar with the show, there are profiles in the evidence section, and I'll go through each one as well. Because those give a little bit more detail about the characters and whatnot, especially if you're not into the show like I am. So, now, help out those who are not in the show. So, let's start up the case. There's a lot of voice acting as well, and a lot of these loading screens. There's not a whole lot after this. It's just after this, there's not a whole lot of loading screens. So this is probably the only time you're going to see a loading screen in this game. So there's also a lot of voice acting, so I'll try to keep the commentary down to a minimum, chime in a couple times during it. So here we go. Carousel Boutique, 11:08 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Find it! It's here somewhere!
I'm looking! Give me a break!
Too dark. Can't see a thing. Yes! That's a thing called mouse! Keep looking.
Wait. I think. Aha! I found it!
Finally! Let's get out of here, quickly!
Head for the hill!
What's going on?
Oof.
Rarity! I came as soon as I heard. What happened?
Oh, Twilight! It's awful, horrible, dreadful, perhaps even the worst
possible thing! Yep.
Uh-huh. And that would be...
Why, Twilight? Do I detect skepticism? Well, I shall have you know that last night I became a victim. A tragic, tragic victim.
Yep, Rarity, ever the drama queen.
Woe is me. I shall never recover from this injury that's been wrought upon me.
English, Rarity.
I was in the zone, Twilight. But if I must, last night I was stolen from.
No.
Stolen from? What was stolen?
They were stolen, Twilight! Both of them!
Who?
My 2 jewels! True Blue and Opal!
Dot.
Ahem. Twilight, what Rarity is trying to say is that thieves broke into the Carousel Boutique last night and stole both the True Blue, a large sapphire that she had recently acquired when gem hunting, and Opal, which is her cat.
Getting overly worked up for the cat. Okay, sure, whatever.
How could they? How could they? Oh, my poor darling, all alone out there with those ruffians!
I'm gonna go ahead and hope that she was talking about her cat there. What happened?
You
Do
and
have
me
any
both,
idea who
Twilight.
did this?
You and me both.
Well, no. I'm afraid we haven't the slightest idea.
Ponyville doesn't really have much of a police force, you see, so we are a little under-equipped to handle something like this. This doesn't happen very often, you know. An investigative team from Canterlot has agreed to look into it, but I'm afraid they won't be here for a few days.
A few days? But the thieves might be long gone by then, and... Wait, is this the same investigative team as last time?
Exactly what happened last time? I can't seem to recall.
The one brought in to investigate the baby that went missing and which ended up being found unharmed in the closet?
Ah, yes, I do recall that. But I'm not sure where you're going with.
The one that somehow managed to implicate Pinkie Pie in a fictional dragon egg smuggling ring?
Dragon egg smuggling ring. Holy crap. Do these investigators have like a vivid imagination or what? God.
Well, yes. Yes, that's the one.
Crap. Well then.
Think positive, Twilight. They may, perform better this time. Yes, that's the ticket.
Yeah, just like Alex Gonzalez is gonna perform better for the Tigers, but you and me both know that ain't gonna happen. You, me, and Twilight Sparkle know that ain't gonna happen.
Well, there's not much for it either way, Twilight. After all, no pony in our town has any experience with this sort of thing. We'll just have to wait it out. Oh, I have so much to do at the moment. I simply can't stay around any longer. We'll get to the bottom of this as soon as that investigative team arrives, Rarity. You have my word.
And so the mayor walks away, and now we're left to the
I'm
drama
afraid
queen.
she's right, you know. We shall simply have to wait it out.
If that investigative team gets their hooves on this case, who knows what ridiculous things they might come up with this time? There has to be a better way.
Yeah, you know. I mean,
Rarity,
who knows what would
I'm
happen.
on the case.
I beg your pardon, Twilight?
Some pony needs to get to the bottom of this, right? Well, I volunteer. I've had experience investigating crime before, after all.
Twilight, I'm really not sure if that's such a grand idea.
Well, I mean, sure. That particular investigation pretty much involved completely airtight evidence that directly identified the culprits in one go. And it also included an eyewitness who saw almost everything who could lead me exactly to the clues. But it's not like the team from Canterlot will be much better, right?
And for those who aren't familiar with the show, they're talking about a mystery on a train that involved a cake and that involved an eaten cake, and all the suspects were on the same train and all that. It's complicated, but they did figure out who did it. So.
Forgive me, Twilight, if your words do not inspire a great deal of confidence.
And Twilight here helped out with that quote-unquote investigation as well. So there's a bit of background for you not familiar with the show.
It'll be fine. Don't you worry, Rarity. I'll have this case wrapped up in a jiffy. Mystery novels came through for me then, so surely they'll come through for us again.
Ah! God, where did you come from, Pinkie? Pinkie, where in Equestria did you come from?
Oh, well, I was walking by and I was all, my assistance is needed, and I must fulfill my duty.
And here comes one of the more helpful and annoying characters in the game. Pinkie Pie.
Uh-huh. What are you doing?
Well, slightly annoying.
Helping a pony in need? Duh!
I'm the one who knows something about investigations, not you. Remember what happened last time?
Of course I do, silly! But this time is completely different! I have, wait for it, a walkthrough!
Oh, walkthrough! Yay! Basically, well, we got the strategy guide then. In-game.
A what?
Unprecedented!
A walkthrough, silly! For this game, the way things work are completely different than last time. Honestly, sometimes I
Pinky, you're talking to some bushes.
Oh, Twilight, I'm not talking to those old things. I'm talking to them! Out there! You see what I have to work with here?
You know what? I'm not even going to ask. Just, do your thing, Pinky.
Yeah, Twilight, I would not have asked if I were you. Pinky is an enigma wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in something else.
Okie
Wrapped in
dokie
candy, I guess. I
Well,
don't know.
the first step of any investigation is to move around. You can't find anything if you don't move your little rump to where the clues are.
And this
So,
basically
to
goes
warn
over
places,
some of the
first
controls
lift
in
your
the
hoof up
game.
and move it in front
I
of
have
your
this-
other hoof.
I have this on because, well,
Pinky, I'm pretty sure I know how to walk.
but these lines are pretty hilarious too, so I'm gonna go through them as well.
Oh, right. But I bet you've never walked like this before. Now, if you want her to walk, well, you just gotta click on the spot you want her to walk to, and she goes. Or, if you want her to keep moving, just press and hold, and she'll walk towards your cursor. And, of course, if you wanted to get somewhere lickety-split, just double-click and hold, and she'll run, run, run like the wind.
I'm pretty sure I can walk myself.
Oh, Twilight, don't you worry your pretty little head about the details. They'll figure it out, and that's a pinky promise.
Yay!
Okay, so now we know how to move. Great, but what about, examining evidence?
Oh, that's simple. If you want to talk to someone or look at something, all you gotta do is click on it.
Easy peasy. I bet if you clicked on that broken window there, you'd think lots of things to say about it.
It's just a window.
Yeah, but you gotta keep them happy, right? So you better think of something to say about it. Otherwise, they might get upset.
Also, I'm sorry that I'm accidentally clicking through the text. It's not supposed to be like that, and there's an option for that, so I might, after all this dialogue is done, go through the options and do whatever I need to do there, so, yeah.
Right, of course. We wouldn't want to make them upset after all.
Yeah. Yeah, because you guys don't want to hear my horrible voice acting.
And that's it!
That's it?
That's it! Well, that's not it, but it's it for now, because the other its come later. You're not ready for those its yet, though. Don't you worry about them.
Yep, we're not ready for all of the its.
Okay.
Okie dokie, and I'm off. Bye,
And I'll see you real soon, too. Catch you later.
That was fascinating, was it not?
That's one way to describe it.
But useful, wouldn't you say? Though I must confess, I still do not believe that this is a good idea.
Don't worry, Rarity. I'll get to the bottom of this before that investigation team even gets here.
Alright, so there's our little intro into the game. I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. So there's a little bit of stuff to do around here, so let's see, we can go out somewhere. Okay, we technically can. But let's go back there because I saw some stuff over there that we could take a look at. So, and they're all concentrated over here. So let's take a look at this tree back here first.
Oh, that's the tree that Opalescence keeps getting stuck in.
Opalescence is the full name of the cat.
It seemed to have become a bit of a habit of hers, ever since Rainbow Dash put her there to convince Rarity to come out of her room. One time, Winona chased her up that tree. Applejack was awfully apologetic, but we spent quite a while trying to convince her to come down. Then another time, Rainbow Dash was practicing her aerial acrobatics and kind of messed something up, causing her to crash right into Carousel Boutique and making poor Opal scurry up that tree once again. And then there was the time that the Cutie Mark Crusaders were trying to get their cutie marks in interpretive dance.
Oh my, that could not have gone well.
I don't really know exactly what happened, but by the time they were done, we had a tiger loose in Ponyville, Rarity's hair was on fire,
Huh?
and Opalescence was back up in the tree. Again.
Holy God! Interpretive dance and oh my God.
Needless to say, Rarity did not like their, interpretation of dance. Anyway,
I
she's not
bet!
in the tree this time. Surprisingly enough.
Uh-huh. So let's go in the evidence and, there's just characters in here right now, so let's go over them. Twilight Sparkle. That's me, Twilight Sparkle. Every point says I'm an egghead. Can't help it if I'm well-read and inquisitive. Rarity. Ponyville's resident fashionista. The victim in this case. Both True Blue and Opal were stolen from her last night. And the mayor. The mayor of Ponyville. Can be a bit slippery being a politician and all, but we love her all the same and we know she means well. This is the only profiles we have so far. So let's take some more. Oh look, purple bushes.
Wow, these are some really nice bushes. Very eye-catching. So much that you might think that they're important. But they're not.
Anything else you could take a look at here? More purple bushes. Carousel Boutique.
The boutique's looking as good as ever. I thought we'd never get it fully repaired after Cheerilee literally tore its front wall away from the rest of the building. But
I
then
forget
along
about
came
that.
Pinkie Pie. Then a song started. Then a chorus joined in. I don't even know where they came from. And then somehow, 3 minutes later, the Carousel Boutique was good as new. One of these days, I really have to resume my studies of Pinkie.
Yeah. Alright, so that was least important evidence. Now let's go to the high important evidence. We got some tire marks. Let's take a look at those.
Well, it doesn't take a sharp eye to see that these are tire marks. And it doesn't take a sharp wit to figure out that whoever was here probably was the cause of this broken window, too.
Tire marks added evidence. Curved tire marks found by the Carousel Boutique this morning leading toward the broken window.
Is there anything else here?
And hey, look! We can zoom in. Cool. Hair!
Is this hair?
White hair added evidence. White strands of hair found by the Carousel Boutique this morning next to a pair of tire tracks. That's weird that white hair would be next to a pair of tire tracks. Well, maybe there's something to do with that. Ah!
Hey!
God!
How's it going,
Pinkie,
Twilight?
not you again! Ah!
Gasp! Pinkie! Where do you keep coming from?
I know, right?
Oh, silly. That's not important. What is important is what you just got there.
It's hair.
It's not just hair. Why, it's a clue. And do you know what every super-duperific investigator does with clues?
Do tell.
They use their big, humongous brains to figure out stuff about him, of course. Jeez, it's like she hasn't even read the walkthrough.
Well, of course, only you have read the walkthrough, Pinkie.
All you gotta do is bring up the evidence list, click on a piece of evidence or a profile, then click on Combined With, click on another, then click on Combine. And then your investigative wizardry takes care of the rest, if it can. Sometimes it's a dud, but that's the magic of investigation for you. Also, if you ask for extra help from the options menu,
Which
then
I
the
did.
evidence button will get all glowy-wowy to let you know that there's some evidence you can combine.
Ooh, glowy wowy? Wowie zowie.
Right. I'll get right on that.
Okie dokie Loki! Well, have fun investigating! Me? I've got a cake in the oven, so I better get back before the cakes notice I'm gone. Keep an eye on her, okay? Bye!
Yeah, I'll try to keep an eye on her.
You know, I suppose there might be a connection between the hair and the tire marks, now that she mentions it.
Uh-huh, yep. But I wonder what she meant by the evidence button glowing and stuff. Wah! Well, like, kinda like that. Okay. So, tire marks combined with white hair. Okay.
If we assume that this hair is from some animal, then it'd naturally follow that the rider probably swerved here to avoid hitting it, explaining why that pony went towards the window. Except, what animal was it? A pony, perhaps?
White hair, updated evidence. White strands of hair, yada yada yada. Whoever it belonged to probably caused the rider to swerve. Okay, so we got some tire marks here going toward this broken window. Okay, let's take a look at the broken window then real quick.
Well, that's sure one way to get into a building. You'd think a jewel thief would be more, well, subtle than that.
Exactly. So nothing really interesting there about the broken window. Star-shaped object.
A strange star-shaped object? I can't say I know what this is, but it looks out of place, which makes it a clue in my book.
Yeah, it does kind of look out of place. Star-shaped object. Added evidence. Golden object in the shape of an 8-pointed star. Unclear what its purpose is or where it came from. Alright. So, we got some good stuff done this episode. I think we can call it an episode here, I guess. Next time on My Little Investigations, True Blue Scootaloo, we're going to do more stuff. So, until then, DishNet34, signing out.